started. Let Jeremy White and his family know that we're all thinking of him. Of course, Molly as well, and we know it's not an easy time right now, and I know a lot of you guys know him and his family. And so our thoughts and prayers go out to Jeremy, his family, and I just want them to know that we're with them. I had a chance to speak with him briefly yesterday and offer just some support. So with that, we'll open it up to your questions.
Any Josh Allen update? Has he progressed?
Yeah, he's in the protocol. Still in the protocol.
So Scott, you have to move forward now today. I'm assuming that Matt Barkley's got to be the guy you have to get ready, right? You have to prepare that he's going to be the player.
Well, we'll get them both ready. I mean, as much as we can. But Josh being in the protocol, he'll do some drill work out there, some individual drill work. But other than that, all I can say is he's in the protocol.
Does having the potential of having Matt start play, how much does it have to change, just given their significant differences in their skill set, or how does that impact how you?
Yeah, I mean, we're always going to want to, Vic, and you know this, you've been around, you're always going to want to put players in positions that they're comfortable in, and that puts them in positions of strength. And so we're extremely confident in Matt Barkley, and so we'll just see how that moves forward as we go through the week.
Sean, can you quantify, especially at the quarterback position, how important it is for that guy to get the full reps, the full first-team reps during the week? I mean, other positions it matters, but specifically for that position, can you quantify how important it really is?
Yeah, I mean, it is. You said it well, Sal. It's very important at every position. Very important at this position in particular, with the timing and the reads and all that type of stuff. So it's important that all of our players practice. Whether you're starter or backup in this case as a quarterback, very important.
Sean, knowing you can't give a timetable on Josh, but can you at least say, like you can say he's going to take some individual stuff today. Was he in the meeting, in the prep meeting yesterday and today?
Well, we didn't have meetings yesterday. Yesterday's a day off, and so he is in meetings today.
Sean, can you give us an updated status, any practice status on any other injured players today?
Yeah, I mean, we got a long list, so who'd you have?
Devin Singletary or Taron Johnson?
Yeah, Devin will be limited today, as will Taron.
Okay, thank you.
Sean, is it strictly a concussion with Josh, or is there anything else he's dealing with?
Just he's in protocol, for the concussion.
Sean, have you gotten any more personally involved with your special teams since Sunday? Because there was a notion that Patriots really took advantage of something with your punt coverage. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm involved in I would hope to believe that I'm involved in all three phases of our team, Jerry. So, we certainly followed up what happened in the game, and that's an area, among others, that we have to continue to develop in, and I'm confident in what we're doing there and how we're doing it.
Sean, if Devin was close on Sunday today, is that a setback, or is it just kind of playing it safe? Or
It's just where he is as it relates to the designation, really more than anything. So we'll see how he does today.
Sean, a lot's been kind of made of Josh's style and those sort of, particularly his with what happened with his running ability and that sort of thing. How do you think that's evolved for him and how he's managed it from maybe a self-preservation standpoint?
Well, I think he continues to learn. I mean, he's still a very young player, right? And so every young player has to figure out how to play in this league. Number one, to be effective, but also so that they play for a long time. And I think that's what happens to young players.
There was a lot of assumption that some of it, or if not most of the struggles he had, Josh, Sunday were, okay, this is what Belichick and his defense does to young quarterbacks, but I feel like you, as Josh Allen's coach, would not want to accept that as, yeah, that's fine, every other team will be fine like that. So where are you with, him recognizing, because other teams are obviously going to try to pick up on those things. How can you address that with him and his development?
Yeah, and I would say, Vic, A, we've moved on beyond that game, number one. B, it's about Josh's overall development, regardless of who we play, and a very good opponent this week with Tennessee. But, you know, in addition to that, regardless of who we play, it's Josh's development and learning and growing. Again, just in the early part of his second year now, hey, you got to learn from the good, learn from the bad, and then continue to develop and move forward.
Is it fair to think that Matt Barkley has, just because of time and experience, a more and better understanding, especially of what he's going to see? In particular, if it ends up being him playing Sunday, Tennessee, and a defense that's good and offers some challenges scheming-wise or whatever, is it fair to say that he's got a little more, more advanced knowledge than a quarterback going into year two, having only played 4 games in year two?
That's,
Is that, in your mind,
look, experienced players have seen more football. I think if you just look, experienced players have seen more football in the NFL than non-experienced players. And other than that, we have a lot of confidence in Josh. I've got a lot of confidence in Matt. And so other than that, Vic, it's...
What stands out as strengths of Tennessee's defense?
Yeah, I appreciate the question. It's it's a very good football team. This close from being 3-1, and really should have probably won the game over there that they had down there last time. So, a good football team. They're physical. They're strong. They've got veteran players, and when you look at their defense, one of the best defenses in the league. Well coached by Coach Vrabel and Coach Pease, and extremely smart. And then special teams, they've got a good kicking game with their guys there in terms of the punter, and good return game. And then offensively, they create a lot of big plays, and so it'll be a big challenge for us.
Hey, Sean, after that first series in the Giants game when Barkley kind of tore you up, you shut him down. How much of a challenge is Derrick Henry? This is a big bruising guy who wants some head speed. How big of a challenge gives your defense with that guy?
Well, you've seen to this point what he's been able to do to other defenses, and you watch what he did at Cleveland against that defense, and that's a good defense. You watch what they've been able to do. They had 24 points last week, and they're moving the football. They're playing good ball. I think the coordinator does a really good job at putting them in good positions with the play calls, and so it'll be a big challenge for us, in particular going down there.
Sean, what's the plan at right tackle with Ty Secchi for going into this game? I know they've obviously gone in and out.
Yeah, it's we'll continue to monitor it as we go forward. To say right now what it'll be, Josh, I'm not really certain to this point. But we'll continue to work those two in a rotation potentially. And it usually, whether it's 60-40, 50-50, it kind of works itself out.
What do you think of what Quentin Spain has done for you so far?
He's done some good things. We've got, I appreciate his leadership. Obviously, he played for Tennessee last year. And so, I think he's made an impact on our locker room. He's made an impact on our offensive line. We've got a lot of confidence in Q.
Sean, you've been around really good defenses, you've coordinated some. What's the most, the common threads that make defenses really special in this league? Is there something that kind of stands out that you got to have certain things that make it that way?
Yeah, I would say unselfish team defense. And so I think this team does a good job of playing team defense, and I think our unit, I'm probably biased, but I think our unit does a good job in playing team defense also.
How important was it for you focused on Matt Barkley getting a lot of time in training camp to work with the new group of receivers and to get accustomed to the offensive line. How important that in retrospect was that for, in the event that this unfortunate thing might happen?
Yeah, that's important. You try and simulate what could happen in a season best you can. No crystal ball. You try and simulate what could happen within a game, just one game. You've seen we've put Matt in there, at practice and training camp, just to try and simulate some of that. So that's important that we can do that, and also that Matt's been in there before. So that's where some of the confidence comes from.
John, I know it's not all about sacks, but you do only have 7, I think, at this point. Are you satisfied with the pressure you're getting from your front four?
You know, what's my normal answer is never enough. It's never enough. Look, this is a line of scrimmage league. We believe in winning at the line of scrimmage, and you know, it's whether you have 8 sacks, you're always wanting 9, and that's the way I look at it. I felt like we did some good things. We're doing some good things with a lot of room for improvement, and I'm confident in those guys. I like how fast we're playing and how physical we're playing. So yeah, it's never enough.
Is anybody else not going to practice today due to injury? Croft, maybe?
Yeah, it'll be Pat DeMarco, who's in the concussion protocol, Tyler Croft, as you mentioned, Corey Thompson, and the rest we'll just have to see. Protocol as well, so we'll just see.
Where's Tyler at in terms of his progression?
Well, he's moving forward. He's moving in the right direction towards the goal of returning. I just don't know when that's going to be at this point. Okay.
It apparently helped Josh to sit and watch when he was hurt last year. Is he beyond the point where if he doesn't play, it would benefit him to watch the game?
Oh, no, Jerry, you know, you've been around it. I mean, experience, just being able to, the more experience, there was a question asked earlier about experience. There's no substitute for experience. I'm sure in your job, you're better in year whatever, and so than we were in first year, right? So there's a lot to be said for experience, and if you watch and you learn and you go through experience and you absorb and you're a sponge, it usually works to your benefit. Good. All right.